Welcome back to another episode of Your Digital Hustle News. I'm Wade Teamer. Institutional interest in Litecoin has increased dramatically over the last few weeks. Why? That's what we're going to find out in this video. Thanks to a beautifully written article in AMB Crypto, it details how institutions are interested in Litecoin and why the Grayscale Litecoin Trust is up 32%. Now, you know how we do it. We're also going to take a look at our own charts. We're going to take a look at Litecoin to see if this rally will continue. It actually just reached this 222 price point. Is actually a very strong psychological resistance level. So we'll see if Litecoin decides to break that. But getting into the news, institutional interest in Litecoin is on the rise. While it is known as the silver to Bitcoin's gold, that narrative is changing. It looks like Litecoin might be standing independently since institutions and retail investors alike are starting to see potential in it. Now, Grayscale Litecoin Trust, after over a month, fully witnessed some gains as LTCN rose by 32.39%. Now, something to take note of here with Grayscale, they're not directly investing into Litecoin, so they don't exactly hold Litecoins itself. What this is an exposure profile in which that Grayscale's institutional clients will be able to invest in a sort of like a ETF for Litecoin, giving them exposure to the price action without all of the risk and volatility. But Litecoin is actually one of the most least volatile assets to invest in. So that is why in the beginning of the year, I told you guys about my feelings on Litecoin. It was one of the 8 cryptos that I felt that you should be holding in 2021. We had a huge market correction in May. Of course, we never saw that coming. However, Litecoin still performed well, even in a bear market, not going down lower than maybe $95, even in the bear market. So that shows you. But continuing, there are 2 reasons for this rise. First of which is that yesterday, during the Darlington Raceway, racer Landon Castillo, a crypto enthusiast himself, became the first driver to be paid entirely in crypto. That crypto, specifically Litecoin. Secondly, Litecoin crossed the $200 mark again, which is a huge milestone. Moreover, it still continues to rise, placing the 7-day gains at 34.72%. As a result, not only institutions, but also retail investors are now coming back to Litecoin. Now, more contributing factors, and this next statistic is actually going to tie into the volatility of Litecoin. It states that as for investors, apart from these aforementioned reasons, Litecoin's good stats is a driving factor as well. Low volatility of 58% of the altcoin keeps the price safe from random fluctuations, and a high correlation to BTC continues to sustain the asset's strong value. So, simply put, guys, investing in Litecoin is pretty much a safe bet, kind of like Zcash or Monero. They aren't really subjected to major price swings because, one, their ecosystems are already established. Litecoin is pretty much everywhere Bitcoin is. People associate Litecoin with Bitcoin all around the world. So that shows you how strong of a ecosystem that Litecoin is maintaining. Okay, maintaining. Note the words here, because there are certain functions and factors that play into ecosystems with these assets. Litecoin's factors that play into their asset are pretty solid because they've been here since the beginning. But in addition to all of that, liveliness is at its 4-month low, which shows that Litecoin is also a part of a accumulation trend. That means that people are buying, people are coming into Litecoin. Old coins being destroyed has come down as dormancy seems to be setting in. This bullishness is also boosted by the 4-month high of MVRV ratio, making Litecoin a preferable altcoin for both big and small investors. Now, all the figures set aside, huge contributor to Litecoin's adoption is the fact that over the years it has been relatively stable. So, if you're looking for a good investment opportunity, they state that Litecoin might be a good choice. And I definitely agree with them. That is why I keep Litecoin in my portfolio. It's a very private stash, secret stash. You don't tell anybody how many Litecoins you got. Okay. It's like that. But let's take a look at the charts to see if this is going to continue. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, we did touch a strong point of resistance at the $220 range, and we came back down about 10% from that point, 3% on the day at time of recording. Let's take a look at the daily to see how. Might be a rough day for Litecoin. Might be a rough day for Litecoin, especially judging by the indication up here. We touched the top Bollinger Band and it sent us back the other way. That's another thing that you'll notice. That is why I only use these two indicators, because when I was trading, these bands were spot on. Okay. You'll notice a pattern of behavior. When we touch the top, there's about a 50 to 70% chance, don't quote me on those numbers, that will either we'll retest it a couple times and then it's got to go back the other way. Okay. And that was a pattern that I picked up on after using these indicators for about a year. It took a year to see it because I didn't want to just assume that this was there. But after a year, after studying it, guys, I can tell you, Litecoin, it'll come back down. We might come back down to about 200 before this rally continues. Okay. But the positive thing to take note of is that we are still on the north side. We're in the northern hemisphere above the RSI. So that means that an uptrend is getting ready to form. And you can see the contraction here and spike in price. So again, down here on the daily, you saw, let's see if we can zoom in on that. But you can see the contraction here and we went up. Now, going back to the weekly to tell us if this is going to be a good week for Litecoin, things look kind of open. Like I said, that 220 mark was a very strong point of resistance. So we have to see. Hello, guys. We have to see how this plays out. But like I said, I still feel like Litecoin is still in a great position because of all of the institutional investment and institutional interest coming into Litecoin. Okay. Litecoin is a very solid project, especially when it comes to retail and the payments industry. So with all that being said, though, guys, if you found some value in this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're new, so that way you never miss an update on global crypto adoption with a global perspective. If you would like to get in contact with me directly, all those links are down in the description for your convenience. But with all that being said, guys, I want you to have a great day, have a prosperous day, and most importantly, make that money. I'll see y'all in the next one.